G'day folks. Well, another little car pet has rolled into the yard at the moment. The reason I say pet is because it's completely unregistered, no plates, and it's going to be hanging around here for a little while. Probably storing stuff and gradually getting fixed up. Needs a few items, nothing too serious apart from oil leaks. It needs a sump gasket and these cam tunnel end seals. 2000 Honda CRV. Reasonably high kilometres, 380k. Not too bad, but still pretty high. Purrs like a kitten, almost like new. I don't know if it's had an engine in its time. It doesn't look like it. It's an awfully old engine, but just drives flawlessly. Purrs along nicely, not a problem at all. Apart from oil leaks, upper ball joint boots are perished but not split open. They're a roadworthy item. It's been pre-checked. Needs spare tyre. The rear tyres are almost on the verge of being replaced. Spare tyre was put on by RACV after the owner's missus got a flat, and it was so badly dry rotted it just split and burst. So that's kind of bad. Thankfully no harm done, but the spare's useless. Got a puncture in the front left, which is almost flat again. Yep, getting there. I think there's a nail or something. There's a nail, and I just got to turn the wheels hard over and get a cord plug in there. It'll come good. I've got a cord plug kit sitting somewhere. So yeah, I'll plug that up, get that tyre up, and find a decent replacement. The rears might still pass. I'll check with my roadworthy guy. Crappy little grounding braid. Not a bad engine. Timing belt's still got another 60,000 or so on it. It was done 12th of the 12th, 2013 at 351,000 Ks. We're at 380 now, so still got plenty of time left on it. That's fine. You'll probably outlast the engine. I don't think this engine will ever see another timing belt replacement, unless the water pump or something goes out and has to all be done at the same time. You'll notice it's back to front like the RAV4, unlike the RAV4. Gearbox is here, engine's there. Honda do it back to front. This is one of the reasons why I wanted one of these cars. I didn't really pay much more than wrecking value for it, so it's kind of cool. Just need some TLC. Yeah, rear tyres are, yeah, see that the wear bar's right there. Personally, I'd replace them anyway. There's no way they're going to pass roadworthy. I'll get some more. This usual peeling, old age issues. Cleaned, it's been cleaned before I picked it up. It's actually in pretty good condition. Nice seats. Nice seats, doesn't have any bad smells or anything. Kenwood CD changer, which lives down in there. I think it's facing rearward. 5-speed manual, which is a delight to drive. The arbitrary cassette adapter if you want to use your iPod. And those things do still work. Not ideal, but they work. Yeah, 380,883 kilometres. But these 2-litre Honda engines are pretty indestructible if you keep up the servicing. If you don't, they'll die, like any engine. But this one's been meticulously serviced. The radiator's not all that old. Clutch was done not too long ago. It's just had pretty good care. Again, not too bad. I've got to go through old cars and find the extra cash. Not that 20 cents is much anymore. No, he's powered up. Hey, we got CDs in there. I thought he said he checked it. I don't know what's on them, but we can find out later. Pete Murray. Strung out. It's Black Hawks over Los Angeles. At least they're all burnt CDs. The White Stripes. Hey, I'm going to keep some of these. Ivory Mix Edit. Don't know what that is. The Lumineers. Dude's got good taste in music. And a good taste in computers. We got talking about computers on the way back. And because Seller wasn't too far from me, so I got him to follow me home and drop the car off, and we got talking about computers and things, and yeah, he had a Commodore 64 and all that good stuff. So we go that way. Yeah, nice guy. Very honest. Basically went over it with a fine-tooth comb. The front power windows are sluggish or not inoperable until the engine's running, indicating a point of high resistance, probably in the switch module down there. That's not uncommon and quite easy to fix if it's just a bad solder joint. Rear ones are fine, it's just the front bank has a resistance point in there. Okay. Yeah, the spare is original. I recall they came with these BFG tyres from factory, so it's as old as the car is, and kind of went pop. It's well sploded. I'll pick that apart and just see how it delaminated when I get it off. But yeah, it's cooked. So I need a new spare, and probably 2 rear tyres. I had to grab the one without the battery in it. I'll get that open anyway. You have to release the rear glass on these. It's not like the RAV where it's one piece. There's a couple of little scrapes and things. Just had a few parking lot bumps, but nothing chronic. I can refinish all of that and paint the muffler and all that sort of thing. Tow bar, big advantage. Very nice to have a tow bar. Even though it's only a 4-banger, I can still tow a light trailer. Not sure what the suspension's like. I mean, he did have a pre-inspection done on it, but again, he used a different mechanic than I do, so it's probably not as reliable as mine. So, it's clean, it's good condition, it's not all chewed up. The key does come out when it's on, so I've got to fix that. He did have the door apart to try and troubleshoot the motor, but I think the problem's in here, given that both windows are playing up. He hasn't connected the plug for the rear hatch release, so I have to actually put a battery in the remote to get that working. Leave that open. Still works, responds fine, doesn't sound like 2 skeletons rooting in a tin can. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong at all. I mean, when I went to look at it, I was expecting it to sound like 2 skeletons fucking in a tin can, but it was just fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Half decent audio. I think it's still mostly factory, apart from the Kenwood. I can change that out. There's a double DIN hole there, so I could even put an Android unit if I really wanted to. Yeah. Clutch is a bit heavy, takes a bit of getting used to. Not quite as much sort of off-idle torque as the RAV4 has, but then the IAC on this is a bit low when it's hot, like almost to the point where you start at full engine temp and it almost dips down to 0 and stalls just because the idle air control and idle control is just a bit slow on the pickup, a little bit gummed up. Not the end of the world, but not ideal. Oops, that's still on accessory. He always warned me not to do that. Don't make sure that it snaps back before pulling the key out, because it comes out in any position. I think he said there's a few times he's left the key, well, hasn't snapped it back from accessory and then taken the key out and just walked off and it's killed the battery. So that has to go off. Coin tray, which is half fallen out. Just wear and tear stuff. Not too bad. Let's see if... There we go. Pop. Kind of handy. I wish the RAV4s had this function. Pop the glass, throw your shopping in the back, close it down, done. You don't have to open the big swinging tailgate. But again, it's not that hard. It's not too rusty. There's a bit of rust in here because it is a beach car. But that's just from throwing wet beach stuff in the back. Got a floor mat. Oh, that's something worth noting. Oops. These come with a picnic table. Oh, and a spare wheel cover. And other stuff. I was not aware of that. There we go. Perfect. On the right ground, I'd actually use that as a shooting table. You get prone and, well, not prone, but kneeling position and rest your bipod up here, and that's actually something I'll take to the range next time. It's not a flimsy card table. They did a decent job of that. Found my new shooting table. Again, random bits and pieces storage, lots of beach sand, a little bit of salt, spare tyre cover that probably should have been on there to start with. Even then, that rubber is so degraded, it's I don't think the cover would even save it, looking at the cracks in that. But the cover's probably also shrunk and ruined. I'll try and fix that up because a cover is kind of essential. Ooh, that's a car cover. Yep, that's a car cover. Yep. That's a very big car cover. And random inner tube. It's a big cover. And some other stuff. Besides that. Oh, it's probably come out of one of the old tyres. They've had a tube fitted at some point, but that's badly corroded and wrecked. Actually, I'll stuff that inside the spare wheel cover and inflate it, and it might get that cover back into shape again. It's not a bad idea. So that can go with that, and I'll try and stretch this cover back into shape with that. It's handy. And the car cover. It's not a waterproof one, but it's like a fiberglass's bunny suit. Those disposable paint suits you get at Bunnings. Yeah, that needs to be folded up. Anyway. Yeah. There's a bit of rust from beach trips and that sort of thing. Throwing wet beachy stuff in the back. This car's had a bit of a hard life. Wow, the roof liner definitely looks like it. Yeah, the back of the car's got a little bit of rust, but everything else is pretty fine. I'd say it's been used for a few camping trips. It was originally sold up in Cairns, Queensland, and has migrated all the way south to Victoria over the years. There's cards and service receipts from New South Wales and all that sort of stuff, so it started out as a Queensland car and gradually headed down to Victoria. I personally removed the number plates from it. They're Victorian plates. I don't have to worry about interstate write-off stuff. The plates were on it long enough that the screws were actually rusted in and seized. I had to snap the heads off to get it apart. But that's kind of assuring that they weren't recently fitted. So I'm happy with this. Really happy. What more could you want? Aside from squawking beach chickens or whatever they are in the background. Yeah, so 3 tyres, oil leak fix, power window fix, a couple of rubber boots for the ball joints. Again, they aren't split, they haven't let debris into the ball joints, so they should be fine. Yeah, what can I say? Oh, they'd bridge the gap between the seats and the rear pan when the seats go down. Yep. So when the load floor and everything's in here, that creates well, basically a bed. Wouldn't be surprised if this has been used for sleeping in plenty of times. Fairly solid. The old gas spring's seen better days. Yeah, gas spring doesn't work at all. Not bad. Not bad for basically part out value. Oh, I think that's enough rambling for now. There's not a lot to do on it, but I'll make sure I do a video when I get stuck into the engine. You've already seen me fitting tyres and things, but I'll also do the electronics work on this one. I've got a few different videos to go up soon. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll get this little girl on the road and look at selling my little two-door RAV4 over there. It's two-door softback RAV4s are not practical for somebody in what I do, so yeah. Betty has to go, but this newcomer has to stay. Don't know what to name him or her, but I'll figure that one out in the time. I don't know, maybe even my subscribers can give me an idea. This car needs a name. Definitely needs a name. Maybe just V for victory or vendetta. Could just call him or her V. I have to drive it more to get to know it, but it's a very easy drive. I spent a fair bit of time driving it this morning when I was looking at it, and piece of cake. Very easy to drive. The front tyre was a bit low as it was before, like not as bad, but that was the only reason why the steering is pulling, otherwise it's straight line. So yeah, I'll get that tyre fixed up and temporary reg permit, and do some on-road testing and just make sure everything's nut and bolted properly. Thanks for watching.